Hey everyone, I think that's me live. Hope you're all doing okay. I'm sorry that I'm late on. I'm basically having an absolute nightmare with my OBS. So the face cam is absolutely fine, but my table cam is out of action. I just keep getting this message on my phone that's saying that it needs an update. So I'm kind of trying to do that and be live at the same time almost. So excuse me if I'm not the most, not the best at keeping up with you. But yeah, I kind of need my table cam to be able to. I suppose if I can't get it to work, then I can just go on StreamYard on my phone and do it that way. So it's not that big a deal, but it's just irritating. But anyway, how is everybody doing? Are we all okay? Let me have a quick look and see who's here and say hi to everyone. So first in, I've got Lily Valley. Hi, Lily. I remember you from Tarothon. So happy to see you again here after the Tarothon. Ready to learn and share with you. Excellent. That's great. I'm so glad to see you here. That's amazing. I've got a watcher from Tarothon, so that's great. Thank you and welcome, Lily. Robin from Toadstool Tarot is here. Hi, Robin. We've got lovely Simon from the Hermit's Cave. Sandra, and you have just got back. Was it an okay journey home, Simon? How are you doing? Robin's asking how many shells. Laurie's here. Hi, Laurie. How are you doing? I've got the lovely Antoinette. We've got Dan from AP in the Vale. Hi, Dan. How are you doing? Gosh, it's been ages since I feel as though it's ages since I've seen you. Guess who's back? Back again. Dan is back. To look in. Surely it should be Dan is back. Tell some men. No. Guess who's back? Back again. Dan is back. Tell some men. Rub my back. Rub my back. Rub my back. Rub my back. No, just me. Don't know whether. Well, I know it's an Eminem thing. Um, but anyway, Debbie from Aquarius Owl. We've got Longman Taro. Hi, Richard. It's lovely to see you as well. How are you doing? Our lovely Diane from Blue Crescent Tarot. Hi, Diane. Justin Michael. Hi, Justin. Becca, by the Bay Mermaid Homestead. Hi, Becca. It's lovely to see you here. I'm assuming your username is Becca's by the Bay Mermaid Homestead, so I'm taking it that you go by Becca, but you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Trouble's here. Hi, Regina. How are you? Jonathan Daly. Hi, Jonathan. Under pressure, says Lily. I'm hoping you blooming well hear me actually, because I've just realised I've not even got to the bottom yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing any panicked. We can't hear you, so it should be fine. Gina says, right, it's just skipped to the bottom, so it has. Right, there was the under pressure comment. I want to make sure I say hi to everyone because I wasn't actually able to do that during Tarathon just because there was so many people when I panicked. Oh, Robin says he likes my shirt. Thanks very much, Robin. It's a new one. Sandy picked it up for me from his work. So yeah, I'm keen on it as well. I like it. Thanks very much. Oh, Jamie. Hi, Jamie. How are you, Jamie? From Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. Lovely Neem is here. Hi, everyone. Just listening in for the bantering. I don't know why, but I glanced at that and thought that you were saying you were just listening from the bathtub, which is fair enough. I know that some people do like to kind of watch their YouTube in the bath, don't they? Lovely Sorsha. Hi, Sorsha. No worries about the techno. My friend says Mercury is in retro. That rhymes. Hi there, Chris and everyone. Hi, Sorsha. How are you doing? I feel as though it's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're doing okay. Let's see. Have I missed anyone? Becca. Yeah, Becca here. Hello from Texas. Well, on the subject of men, I have news on that front. Well, I need to stop going to call you Daniel. It's just an arsehole thing that I tend to do sometimes. Do tell us your news, Dan. Hi, Candy. How are you? Hey, let's see. I'm almost at the end. I think I've caught everyone. If I've not said hello to anybody, then hello. Oh, I'm in top chat, so I may well have missed some people. Right, that's me in live chat now. Hi, collective hi to absolutely everyone. Justin saying Christopher. Um, Jenna is here. Jenna Ball's here. Hi, Jenna. How are you? Um, yeah, let's see what's happening on here. So basically, it's telling my OBS kind of how my phone connects to OBS is using Droid Cam, but it's saying that it needs updated. So dev47 apps.com/OBS. I may have got myself a boyfriend. It just sort of happened, especially as I never thought I'd fall in love again after leaving France, but it happened. Oh, well, we're all delighted for you, Dan. That's amazing. You need to fill us in on all the, I was going to say all the juicy details, but that sounds a bit, as if I'm being a bit pervy. I don't mean it like that. I just mean, like, what's his name, what's he like, etc., etc. But I'm delighted for you. Right. Sorry, I hope you all don't mind me doing this whilst I'm chatting away to you. See, it's saying that I've got it installed here. It says I've got it installed, but then, isn't technology an absolute pain in the backside? But then I get this message saying OBS plugins outdated. Please install latest version. Right, what we're going to do is we're just going to. No, deny, leave me alone. I'm just going to go onto StreamYard on my phone. So it's going to look a smidge different. It's going to look like it did when I used to do it this way. So just bear with me, people. Sorry, but I shall be with you momentarily. Right. So in here, enter the studio. So has everybody got a cup on them? What we all drinking? Oh, Dan might go live afterwards with a life update. Oh, that's exciting. Chris is a total perv, says Jonathan. I beg your pardon. I have no idea where you would get an impression like that, Jonathan. Right, I'm going to mute this. This is probably going to sound awful now at first. Enter studio. Right, so is this making noise? Nope, it's not. The zoom's going to be off and all that. It's probably going to suck big time, but it's better than nothing. Whoops. Right, let's see, where have I got you from? I've got a title long. So when I'm doing the thingy, I can just do it like that, and that'll do the trick at least until I can get the technology sorted out. I'll just stick that wire there so that doesn't get in the way. Right, but we don't need that just now. We need my face. Right, that's me. I'm done messing about with technology. You have my full attention. I'm sorry that I did that. I because I'm going to be doing the tarothon overspill, because I'm going to be doing the kind of three cards, the three lots of three cards. I kind of need my table cam. I can't be holding up 9 cards. Do you know what I mean? Right. Okay. Right. Let's find out what's. So Dan, you're going to go live after this with an update. I'm a total perv. I'll message you, Chris, with details, with the details you really want. That sounds good. Yeah. No, I'm genuinely happy for you, and I'd love to hear all about your new man friend. It's very true. I just saw Justin saying something's very true. Simon saying, "Oh my God." It's very true. I don't know any Chris or Christophers that are assholes, says Justin to Deanne. Everyone keeps talking about blowing their minds are about how blowing their minds are by Richard's tarothon chat. Essian, Mavics, is that a green screen behind you, or is it actually still daytime? It is actually still daytime, believe it or not, and it is like 9:15 in the evening. But yeah, I mean it's sundown. It's going to be dark by the time we're finished, so it is. Dan, I normally go until about between 10:30 and 11, but I don't want to run too late. Like I don't want to leave it. What am I trying to say? I don't want to go till a particular time and then you're like, oh, well, you can't go live anymore. So, um, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Something's dramatic. Scorpio Moon Spirit. Hi there. How you doing? Right. What we'll do. We'll do the tarothon overspill thing first, if that's okay. I've got my banners here with the questions still typed out. So next on the list is actually Deanne. So for those of you that didn't see my tarothon session, let's just let that motorbike go by. That person who's trying to prove something. For anyone who didn't see my tarothon session, it was called Comparing the Big Three. And the idea is we have a question, which is now scrolling along the screen in front of your lovely selves. And firstly, we just do the norm. We pull 3 cards for the question, and I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith first of all. We read for the question as per normal. Everything's, nothing different happening. But then what we do is we take the same 3 cards that we've pulled randomly from the Smith-Waite. We pull the same 3 cards from the Marseille, the TDM, and we read them from the TDM, and we see, right, okay, well, how does it? What are the differences? What are the similarities and stuff? And then we're doing the same thing with the Thoth. Okay, so we're comparing the reading that we get from the Smith-Waite, the Marseille, and the Thoth. So that's why it's called Comparing the Big Three. So Deanne's question. How can I best prepare for the challenges that I might have throughout the summer? So preparing for challenges throughout the summer. Now, I know that Deanne has I was going to say I know that Deanne has a young kid. You've obviously got Max, but then I suppose Max he's not really been in Russia or anything, so the summer won't have been. I take it the summer won't be anything different, like childcare wise or anything than what than what you've already been dealing with. That's me cheating. That's me trying to get the skinny on, the theory behind the question. I should just let the cards answer the question, shouldn't I? Right, okay, how can we best prepare for challenges that Deanne might have throughout the summer? So preparing for challenges. And it would help if... There we go. Right, let's see how we got on. So first and foremost, we've got the Ace of Cups here. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see these okay, because, the camera quality, in StreamYard I don't think it's going to be as good, but we'll see. We've got the Moon. These are really emotional cards that are coming out, and then we've got that Queen of Swords. I feel as though this is the key because, I mean, the Queen of Swords is still an emotional card. She's still got that link to the element of water, but then she's got that air aspect to her as well, She's got that very kind of a logical outlook on life. And behind her, we've got the Moon and then the Ace of Cups. So like I was saying, very emotional cards, a lot of emotion coming through. And there's some sort of new. The Ace of Cups is quite often to me, it's a kind of a right. You need to remember self-care. I know the Ace of Cups we sometimes say, oh well, it's like kind of it's love and relationships and emotions, and the Ace is something new, so it must be a new relationship. I don't tend to see the Ace of Cups quite that way. I would say that's more a kind of a Two of Cups kind of a thing. The Ace of Cups is like it's like the core, it's the base of the power of emotions and water and stuff, and that to me is self-respect, self-love, self-care. Okay, so self-love, self-care, self-respect. Remember and make time for yourself, Deanne, I think is what's coming in here. You've got the moon card, which might that might be kind of a talking about some of the difficulties that you might face. You might find yourself in unfamiliar territory. You might find things just a wee bit distorted, and you might find yourself in that kind of a twilight zone feeling where you don't know up from down, and you're a bit, uncomfortable. This is just the unfamiliarity. I can't really be doing with it. But on either side, we've got the key. We've got this kind of a self-care with the Ace of Cups, and then we've got our Queen of Swords. Our Queen of Swords, who brings in that kind of a airy swords logic to the situation. She's very emotionally mature, but she's always able to kind of take that objective look on the situation. She's always able to say to herself, right, okay, what is happening right now, and what is it that's got me here? So if I'm feeling, if I'm in a day where I'm feeling kind of a down, I'm feeling kind of as though my emotions are all over the place and I've kind of lost control of them. What is it that's actually got me to this stage? Is there something that I've done? Is there something that I've eaten? Something that I've drank? Is there something that I've done that's logically got me to being in this situation? Or has there maybe been something that's happened around about me? Right, okay. So I know what it is that's caused it. How do I then use that knowledge in order to kind of take myself forward and feel a bit better tomorrow? Okay. So to me, that's the advice and that's the wisdom that comes with our Queen of Swords. So self-care and just that kind of a very sensible. It's not really the word that I want to use, but I'm struggling now to find another word to replace it. Just that very kind of a logical and sensible outlook on things. So that is our Smith weight. Now at this point, and I should have said, someone else is saying OMG now. L, hi L. Why are you saying OMG? And Jackie, I'm seeing people say hi to Jackie as well. At this point, I should have said at the start, sorry, but at this point, this is where I turn to the chat, and I'm interested in what all of you guys think, because during Tarothon, it was interactive, and I want this to be interactive as well. So I want to hear what you guys think of this 3-card reading. And while you're kind of putting together your thoughts, I'll pull the cards from the Marseille. So please tag me at Elemental Cartomancy, and let me know what you think. Elsie and Chrissy, oh my god. What? Oh my god, what? You're making me panic now. What's up? Ace of Cups and our Queen of Swords. You just said something crazy accurate. I mean, I was on it, but that was weird. Oh, good. It's always good when that happens. Oh, Richard's on the cider. Very nice. I'm rather jealous. What's still on the screen? Oh, I don't even remember putting that there. When did I put that there? I actually don't remember clicking on that, so apologies. But that's why we've got, oh my god. All right. Look, you are all saying it. No one's actually saying, only Simon said, Chris, you've still got oh my god on the screen. So thanks. Your passive aggression is noted, and I feel judged. Hell, fuck off. It's been there ages. I must have. I've either put it there without thinking. I've done it like subconsciously, or I've not. I've just clicked it by accident and not meant it. Right. So, what do we all think about these cards? Never mind the oh my god that's now gone. What do we think about the Ace of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords in answer to Deanne's question? What's interesting is the Queen of Swords. See how she seems to be turning away from the more emotional side of things, and she's looking forward. So I was saying, like to me, like the Queen of Swords is that kind of sometimes she'll look at where she is now and think what got her here, and then at times she'll be looking at what's happening now and projecting forward to see right where is this going to take me. So she's got two aspects to her: that kind of a past aspect where it's like, right, what led to here, and that kind of a projecting that future aspect where it's like, right, where am I going? And this Queen of Swords very much seems to be kind of a looking into the future, and that sword is right in front of her. She's ready to cut through anything with that intellect, with that logic. Right, Lily. So with selfishness and lucidity, you'll be prepared. Was that maybe selflessness? You'll be prepared to discover the mystery. It's strange, the moon dark for the summer, no? Yes, Robin. Passive aggression noted. Let's see. So thank you, Lily. Thanks very much. I'm not seeing. Right, okay. Let's move on to the Marseille then. But so if we all type "oh my god" at the same time, do you think you'll accidentally put it up again? Regina, you're a troublemaker. Right, Lily Valley, the Queen of Swords is considered like a heartbroken. She can turn back into her emotions. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't always see her as heartbroken. I think she's emotionally mature. Now, emotional maturity can come from heartbreak. It can come from being hurt. That wisdom, I suppose, that emotional wisdom that she's got can come from shit that's happened in the past. But I don't always necessarily see her as this lonely, sad, cold individual. I think there's lots of people that have gone through that are now leading perfectly fulfilled, happy lives. Equally, I think there's lots of people that are emotionally wise, that are emotionally mature, that haven't necessarily gone through that big major heartbreak. But I definitely see why you would pull that, because, like I say, that is just one of the things that can lead to this. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Some new emotions being brought to light with the moons and astrological stuff happening over the next month. We will need, I can see Els bloody. We will need you to work through them and trust your intuition. Be patient with others. Right. Let's move on to the Marseille. So still, we've got the same kind of we've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Moon here, and we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay. So the Ace of Cups. Still looking at the same kind of idea, to be honest. I think we're still looking at that, that aspect of self-care, of self-love. We're still in the beginning stages of that element of water, so we're looking at our connections, we're looking at, relationships, all sorts of connections, but mainly kind of our relationships and our emotions that connect us to other people. Okay. And we're looking at basically the root of that. And we need to make sure that that's that's tickety boo basically. Okay. In the moon card, and again, see that's when I said during tarothon, I kind of hoped that we would get some pips, because that's where you really see the differences across the three systems. When you've got aces and courts and majors, they don't tend to be all that different. But let's keep going anyway, because there is a bit of a difference with this queen here. We've got the moon. Equally, it's the same as actually in the Smith Way. The moon is looking back at the ace, so the moon is looking back at the kind of a root of everything. The moon's looking back at the beginning. And obviously we've got our lobster or crustacean, who's kind of a hiding in the water, hiding because they're in that unfamiliar territory that we associate with the moon. The queen, in this case, and this is where the big difference comes in with the Marseille here. The queen is looking back. Okay, she's looking back and she's seeing what's happened. So, I mean, I'm saying the same stuff again, but I think the big difference here is, whereas in the first one, the encouragement in the queen was, to cast forward, to look at what's happening right now and think, right, where is that going to lead me? Okay. Maybe to a degree. So if we're talking about kind of going forwards into the summer, and let me just wait for the question to run back round again. How can I best prepare for the challenges that I might have throughout the summer? So our Queen of Swords here might be saying, right, well, look back, consider where you are right now. Okay, consider the position that you're in, and how can you use that knowledge in order to kind of take yourself forward into the summer and be best prepared for it. So the Queen of Swords and the Smith Way was all about the kind of a looking forward, but the Queen of Swords and the Marseille was looking back. I feel as though I'm talking round in circles now. So let's have a wee look and see what other comments we've got here. So I can easily find my way back to where I last was, because we've got L's OMG. So Deanne, yeah, Robin, I think it's about me sticking with things, staying the course for decisions made and whatnot. Marseille Cup can hold more, but isn't overflowing. Yeah, the Marseille Cup as well, it seems to have this kind of a top on it, whereas the Ace of Cups here isn't. It is like Robin says. Was it Robin that said it? Yeah, it's overflowing, whereas this one has like a lid on it. So perhaps maybe more of a kind of a protecting your emotions feeling from this one. That covering the cup and making sure that the water is secure. Neem popped back to see what Chris had on the screen. Nosy much, and it was, oh my god, I'll be back for the Thoth cards perspective. Thank you for lifting them, Chris. Do you mean the cards? Do you need me to hold them closer to the camera when I'm talking about them? Love the Queen of Swords. My take is that she has a clear mind and patience and thinking. In the moon, about intuition, the ace, newness, and feelings, a new love of a person or a thing. Something just caught my attention in that sorry. It's really interesting. There's a castle on top of the cup. When you say you should experience emotions but not live in them. Yeah, it does. It does look like a castle, doesn't it? I've always thought that was a bit of it is a very, very ornate cup. I need to get some sand between my toes, says Justin. all yourself to process the emotions that come up by taking it one step at a time, and then you can exhibit the badassery of the Queen of Swords. You know more about astrology than me, but it is going to be deep emotionally. So I'm told, about mid-July. Do the positions mean anything, or is it intuitive? It's open, Sorsha. It's just like a 3 cards, so you're just kind of a combining in whatever way you feel appropriate. So remember, try to tag me, guys, if you've got comments that you want me to kind of a highlight or read out. The colours, the colour difference makes it feel more intense. Danielle, yeah, definitely. The use of the primary colours in the Marseille always feels really intense. And I suppose, to be fair, I have used a kind of a very pastel Smith way of the universal here. So I suppose that does make a difference. But yeah, I agree. Lily, with the Marseille, um, the Ace of Cups is overflowing and fills the lake under the moon. The Queen of Cups. So Diane is calm, centered as an advice, even if emotions are intense. So staying very calm and staying centered. I have a question, says Regina. What do the cards have to say about the UFO report in the US? Let's see. Simon saw 1991 Universal today and didn't buy it. Chris, should you wear glasses? Jackie says. Why? Oh, because I didn't see the OMG thing, or because I'm thinking close to the screen. To be fair, I have been wearing my glasses all day, but to be honest, after the end of the day, I had a bit of a sore head, which is why I took them off. Um, yeah, closer to the camera helps, right? That's fine. Right, let's pull out the cards from our Thoth. So this is the final kind of a. So there's our moon. We have our Ace of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Right, okay. So in the Marseille, sorry, in the Thoth, we've got our Ace of Cups, which is the root of the power of water and is associated with all 3 water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. We've got the moon, which is associated to Pisces. And we've got our Queen of Swords. Okay. And she appears to be holding the head of someone that she's beheaded in her left hand. So, I mean, there's a lot of spiritual energy in this reading, a lot of water energy, a lot of emotions, connections. Look at that Ace of Cups in the Thoth. You know, look at the sheer the wham. You know, that just the power in that ace. You know, the root of the power of water. So at the very root of emotional connections and stuff like that. I keep there's something I want to say, and I'm like, I don't really want to say that on a YouTube live. So, Deanne, I might catch up with you later, to be honest, because I've now got something in my head, and do you know that way? It's making it difficult for me to kind of go on and see this reading as anything else. We've got a lot of water energy across the reading, right? I mean, we've even got some water in the Queen, but Pisces energy in both of these. Um, And yeah, just this kind of I mean, even that, you could see that as the kind of lunar energy. You see it carrying across into here. Yeah, and I mean, the question was, how do you prepare for the challenges? Just, don't take any shit off of anyone, look after your own needs, all right? If you feel like, you know, sitting, enjoying, relaxing, getting the boobies out and just chilling out and being comfortable in your own skin, then you do that and don't let anyone tell you that, you can't, okay? Because I feel as though it's going to be a really intense time for you. And that's really all I want to say right now. I feel as though you're going to need you're going to need to feel like a queen. Okay. Um, so plenty of time chilling out. Don't let anyone dictate to you what you should be doing. Don't, how that way sometimes it's not like someone else is telling you you should be doing this. It's our expectations. It's what we get in our head that we feel like we should be doing. Um, don't be led on by that kind of a way of thinking, I think is what I'm trying to say. With Thoth, answers come from the sky, light into the Ace of Cups, gain height to understand the emotional tsunami. Getting the boobies out, is that what you do, Chris? Abso-friggin-lutely, yes. When I'm chilling out, the boobies are out, totally 100%. I do feel a lot coming up, hence the question, obviously. Good stuff, but big, and I love the Queen of Swords there as my reminder to stay to what I want and not be swayed. My personal theory is that humanity, since its beginning, it has been about frontiers and discovering new and foreign civilizations. It's arrogant for us to think that's over. Geez, we're just talking about the summer, man. That's very intense. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Jackie, I don't know if I said hi to you. I think you might have popped in. You might have snuck in at the back of the class when I wasn't watching. So hi, and apologies if I missed you. Right, Deanne, shall we leave that there? But like I say, I'll maybe send you a wee message at some point, either today or tomorrow. Cups. Okay. So that was Deanne's. What time are we on? Oh, she's over in 9:40 already. And then the final question that I had was our very own lovely Jonathan. Let me just get the question here. So Jonathan's question was, what's the best way to get over my prosperity blockage and really tap into my abundance? Okay. Hi, Papermoon Tarot. How are you doing? So getting over a prosperity blockage and living in your own abundance. Oh shit. Wow. So the the Knight of Pentacles flew out of the deck when I was shuffling there, and then so did the 8, and I've totally just bent the card. So I think those cards wanted to be out, and they want to be yours, Jonathan, because now that's marked forever for this reading. So that's an important one for you, and we are talking about prosperity and abundance. The final card that I've got for you here is the Page of Cups. So I actually quite like that because you know, these two are the kind of they're the standard messages. You know, if you were to go to a financial advisor and ask this question, I feel as though they would give you this kind of advice. You know, so sorry, holding it up to the camera so as everyone can see. So we've got our Knight of Pentacles, and you know, he's telling you to kind of stay the course. You know, look ahead to the task and concentrate on, you know, look at the task ahead, look at what you're trying to achieve. Okay, be motivated by, you know, the objectives. So if you're like, right, I need to save $5,000 to buy this new tarot deck that's coming out, just as a pure example, I don't plan on spending $5,000 on a tarot deck, can I just say? But that was just a random example that popped out of my head. But let's just use that as an example, right? If you're like, right, okay, I need to save that amount to buy this deck. Now, for me, personally, I would need to be like kind of just putting a wee bit away every month. Okay, I don't, I'm not going to go into any pair of jeans or anything and find a spare 5,000 in my back pocket. So I would need to be kind of stay on course. You know, use this kind of this Knight of Pentacles persistence, and keep putting that wee bit away every month, you know, whether it's whatever, £500, let's say, for example, and that means 10 months later we would have um, our, our 5 grand, right? I would need to keep my eye on that 5,000, because as soon as I lose sight of that, as soon as I'm like, oh, that's miles away, I'm never going to get there, I'm more likely to dip into my savings and think, I'll just take a wee sneaky 100 out of that, it's fine, no, I don't need to worry about it. So the Knight is telling you to focus on your objective, keep focusing forward, look at what it is that you're trying to achieve. And every time you feel yourself maybe wavering a bit off course, you know, think, right, okay, I've only got 3 more months to go and then I'll have my what I need. Okay. Now I know that I've really gone into the whole saving thing there, but that was just an example. Okay. The 8 of coins, you know, it's really kind of a churning away at it. These cards, Jonathan, tell me that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the situation that you are in or with what you are doing. Okay, this isn't telling you that you need to completely overhaul this. There's no towers coming up here. It's not like you need to completely change the way that you're approaching things. This is saying business as usual. This is saying keep doing what you're doing. You know, you are making progress. Sometimes it might not feel like a lot of progress. Sometimes it might feel like, oh, you know, how long am I going to have to keep chipping away at these stupid pentacles? You know, what even am I doing here? I'm just laying them up on a telephone pole. What's the point in that? Sometimes you might feel like that and you might question yourself. But this is why we have our Knight here, always looking forward to what we're trying to achieve. And we've got our Page of Cups coming out at the end there. And that's like, to me, this is a complete opposite. It's still Earth, because we're still in the page energy. We're still in that element of Earth, but we're bringing in some water, some much needed water. Okay, so he's telling you, he, she, they, you know, it's a page. The page is telling you to just have fun, you know, remember and treat yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't get too absorbed in all of this pentacly energy. Remember that we are, at the end of the day, we are emotional people. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to have fun. Because if you get absolutely scunnered, sick to the back teeth with it, then you know you're just going to be, you're not going to have any motivation, and you're going to get fed up with it. So just remember, treat yourself and have fun, but stay that course, I think, is the advice that comes out for me with these cards. So that was really ranty. Let me see if I've got any tagged comments. So I can see that Lily has said, interesting, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow knight who plans his future. Practice again and again, then be creative on your project. Absolutely, yeah. I like that creativity for the page. Just as I'm fighting the urge to buy something, Chris starts talking about it. FOMO is painful. Oh, don't worry, Nerisse, it's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Let's see. Jonathan, stop hammering out your plans and fry yourself up some fish, says Robin. Magdalena. Hi, by the way, Magdalena. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, so it's welcome and it's lovely to see you. Choose the smart and responsible financial path rather than risky investments, accumulating the wealth slowly and chipping at it until things start to snowball. Wow, what is that? No idea what's going on there. Well, it looks like we're falling apart here, to be honest with you. So maybe I'm not going to be live for all that long after all. Knight says there's another plate for you. I've got too much to do already. The page, take a break and fry yourself up some fish. This combination says to me to stay the course. You're able to build what you want. A little treat every now and then will make it easier to stay on track. Aliens, a ghost. The message seems to be to stay on course. Don't expect a fast result, says V. Hi, V. I was expecting Max Headroom to appear. Pixie has something to say about it, says Robin. I know, right? Let's pull out our Marseille. And our Page of Cups. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Cavalier de Dernier, or Eight of Pentacles. Oh, I'm saying Pentacles. Eight of Coins, sorry. And Page of Cups. Do you see how the page is also holding a cup that has a lid, but he's taking the lid off? Okay. So he has the option to protect his emotions, to keep that cup covered, but he's actually choosing not to. You know, now that might speak a wee bit to maybe the emotional immaturity that the page can sometimes demonstrate. You know, he's the novice in terms of the expression of water, the expression of this suit. So maybe just, I don't know, just be aware of immature mindsets and where they can lead. You know, short-sightedness is what kind of comes to mind just when I was looking at that image there. With our, you know, we've got our knight. With the knight and page are both facing each other, which is kind of the same almost as what we saw in our Smith Waite. Okay. So the knight is still looking forward. He's still kind of got his eye on the prize, and he's kind of keeping going at it with that 8 energy there. Okay. Now, to see how in the 8, everything's very kind of regimented and even and separated off by the kind of foliage in the middle here. Okay. So see the fact that there's 2 court cards, there's 2 people cards on either side, and this almost looks like a table. I don't know if I feel in this case like this is 2 different people coming to the table to discuss ideas, and it's 2 very different kind of outlooks on life. It's 2 people with 2 different kind of mindsets, and they'll have 2 different solutions to the same problem. You know, your Page of Cups is not going to look, I mean, they're actually in a way quite opposite to the Knight of Coins. So, you know, get round the table with people that are going to have different views. from you, especially, I mean, the fact that you're asking the question means that you might find yourself having a wee bit of trouble with this particular area right now, Jonathan. So maybe maybe the advice here is to seek out someone who's going to have different ideas from you. Now, it might be someone whose different ideas would normally irritate the absolute shit out of you. You know, you might normally think, oh, I cannot be bothered with their stupid views or their annoying views or whatever it might be. But I feel as though you're being encouraged to collaborate here. Yeah. So let's see. What do you guys think? So we had Scunnered says Simon loves Scottish words. Yeah, Scunnered just means fed up. Like, can't be bothered, can't deal with it anymore. You're scunnered with it. 3 of your stalker cards, says Jonathan. The Knight says... Oh, sorry, I think I'd covered that, didn't I? Oh, yeah, because we were talking about the gremlin with the camera. Sorry. Marseille, I brought the pizza. The table is laid, and I've got my cup filled and ready to feast, says Robin. Think I have a crush on the Night of Pentacles, says Scorpio Moon Spirit. Why is he holding a truncheon, says V. I don't know. Do you know, I panicked there. I thought that I pulled the Knight of Wands by accident. I don't actually know. I think all of the knights hold some sort of like weapon in the Marseille, but I could stand corrected on that. Okay, Lily. The page has just removed the lid of the cup to reveal all his talent. Interesting that they're both looking at the 8 of coins, says Jonathan. Yeah. On centre, the masterpiece, which needs patience and fun. Combining forces to meet on deck. Renee says, hello, Chris, how are you? Hi, Renee. I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Right, okay. So that is our Marseille. And Jonathan, let me know what you think, by the way. No, we don't have any majors in this one. So we've got the 8 of prudence. That's the key word for the 8 of discs and the Thoth. Right, so the Prince of Discs is the equivalent to the Knight. The Princes are equivalent to Knights in the Thoth, and then the Kings are equivalent to Kings. The Knights are equivalent. The Knight in the Thoth is equivalent to the King and the Smith 8. Jeez, oh, right. So that's theme 2, and then I want my Princess of Cups. Right, so we're getting quite a different theme here, I feel. So we've got this. Oh, goodness me. Look at the camera. It's gone all funny again. Oh, there we go. Let me know if you guys still hear me. I can still see myself moving on my face cam, but it's just, don't know if this is maybe overheating or something. Ugh, do you know what? Let's just remove this. Let's just forget it. Table cam is no longer. Right, I don't want to end, I just want to leave. Okay. Right, So I'm just going to hold the cards up just now. So I was talking about the 8 of discs and the Thoth. Okay, so we've got the Sun and Virgo. All right. And the key word that we have there is prudence. Well, we're talking about, you know, getting over a prosperity blockage. And we're talking about how can we step into our own abundance. Okay, so prudence, well, yeah, that's kind of a way we expect to see that. That's in a way quite obvious. The Prince of Discs. So let me hold them up so that you can actually see them together here. And then we have the Princess of Cups at the end. Okay, so do you see how the Princess isn't actually looking towards, so she's not looking in the same direction as what our Knight and our Valet were in the last two decks. The Princess is actually looking off to the future, and it looks as though she's kind of so let me just hold it up to you so you can see. She's kind of opening her cup, and it almost looks as though she's offering it out to the future, you know. So our Knight is quite protective over his disc. You know, he's holding it in his arms. He's making sure that he's got a hold of it. It's quite secure. Okay. So protect what it is that you've got. You'll then be able to, you know, it will multiply. You know, we see this image of the plant, the harvest, the growth, and we do that through prudence. You know, we do that through the very kind of being conscious of that Virgo, which is my understanding. My astrological knowledge isn't the best, but my understanding of Virgo is it links to the Hermit, so it's all about self knowledge. You know, self awareness, self analysis. You know, and always Virgo people tend to be always trying to be better. You know, they're always kind of analysing, and that's kind of the positive and the negative aspects of them. You know, they can be overly analytical of themselves and overly critical. You know, but the sun is like kind of the conscious light. You know, so it's like shining the light on those aspects. Are you not a Virgo, Jonathan, or am I making that up? You can let me know. Once you've been able to do that, okay, so you're protecting what you've got in the night, you're investing wisely, you know, and kind of growing that and always trying to be better in the 8, and then in the Princess there, you're actually able to kind of look to the future, and you're able to open up that cup and, you know, actually enjoy it. But you get there through prudence. That's the key. That's the answer that we get with the Thoth. Okay. I'm actually in the process of creating my own rune system specifically for casting on top of tarot readings. A set of 13 two-sided runes for a total of 26. Renee is good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. 2 and 6 is 8, says Jonathan. You can hear me clearly, right? Thanks very much. Yeah, the face cam's fine. It's just this. I think my phone's overheating. Whenever I connect to StreamYard on my phone that way, it tends to overheat my phone. I'll need to sort out my tech for next week. So Lily says, in the Thoth, the tree of the 8 of Pentacles is in bloom, ready for the harvest. Yeah. So I finally have the Thoth deck. Thanks, Chris, says Neem. She's saying hey to Simon. It's all surface at the moment. I haven't dove in yet, but so far I like what I see. That's good. Right, Jonathan. So let's just kind of let's summarise. So concentrate on your objectives and stay the course. All right, but at the same time, don't become a recluse. Don't lock yourself away in a room, like chipping away at your runes all day and all night, and forget that you're a person who needs to enjoy themselves and have fun every now and then. That's your Smith way. Your Marseille I feel is telling you that, you know, you might need to consider getting round the table with someone else. Now, Jonathan, I think you come across as someone who is very kind of a independent and who wants to step into your own power. Okay. Um, I don't know whether you'll find it easy to ask someone for help if you feel like you need it, but this is saying, you know, if you know, and you can take it or leave it. But if you find yourself in a place where you're like, do you know what, I actually do need some help here, then this is your encouragement. This is saying you're right. Okay, it's okay to get round the table with someone else who can bring a fresh perspective, someone whose perspective you might otherwise, you know, you might never have seen yourself wanting, but nonetheless, that there's an encouragement here for you to bring them in and just get those, take those thoughts on board. And then the key for this was in this card. I think it was the prudence. You know, there's the protective, the protectiveness here that we see in the Knight of Discs. Okay, it's almost as though he's, you know, he's bull here. He's kind of careful about how fast his bull is moving. See how he's kind of got he's got the rein over his arm. You know, it's almost as if, right, I'm now diving deep into this picture, but yeah, so he's got the rein over his arm. It's kind of like, see how you do when you get home with the shopping and you kind of move it up your arms and then dig for the keys. So it's like this, you know, the shopping's in the back of your mind just now. You're trying to open the door. It's almost like he's putting the movement of the entire vehicle, the thing that's taking him forward, is in the back burner just now because he's grabbing on to his material possessions. He's grabbing on to his disc and his staff here. Okay, and it's almost as though, you know, that you've got a blooming raging bull in front of you, mate. You know, you need to be careful. That needs to be taking your focus. Okay, so just thinking about where your focus is and making sure that you're following that advice of prudence. Okay, and you know, we see it in the image here, but somebody, I think it was maybe Lily that had said in the chat, we see the tree and it's in full bloom, and you know, you're getting to a stage where you are ready to reap the benefits of what you've been doing, okay? But you need to kind of, you know, we've got the sun and Virgo, we've got that kind of conscious light being shown, and that hermit kind of a self-analysis and wanting to be better. Okay, so that's something that you need to be conscious of. Once you can do that, then you're going to be able to kind of a step into this princess energy. All right, and it's everything's kind of a turned very flowy and watery and swishy, and we see her kind of opening up that cup and finally ready to kind of see what's inside it and stuff. So yeah, thanks, Chris. You've given me validation for what I'm going through. Just formed a small group to help me with my runes to get an outside view of the system. Oh, that's good then. That is really good. A small group. There's not 8 people in it by any chance and stuff. But yeah, that great. I'm good. That's good. I'm glad. Oh, right. Cup of tea. Sip, as Deanne would say. Jonathan, what is your sign? I know I asked and you probably told me earlier on. Your sun sign is Virgo? Yeah, I thought so. Jackie will be right back. Oh dear, right. So that is the remainder of the the questions that I had from tarothon people. So that is officially my tarothon segment over. Now that I've done all the questions. And that was done in an hour. That's not bad at all. Not bad timing. Yeah, Jonathan, just remember that card. That is now your card. I'm going to think of you every time I pull that card because it's now got a crease on it. And I like it for that, by the way. That's not me. That's not me saying, oh, Jonathan's creased my card. it's you know, that was a special message for you. Robin likes the idea of 3-deck comparisons. Yeah, it's quite cool, and it worked quite well on during tarothon as well. So it did. So yeah, right. Let's get back into the chat and see what you're all saying and what you've all been up to, because I've kind of been you know, like glossing over some stuff and looking for tags and whatnot. So I think I've maybe missed some stuff that I wasn't tagged in. So I don't know if I caught your comment, Antoinette. Time to take action and focus on one thing at a time. Select one thing, break it down into smaller, smart objectives. Display your efforts and acknowledge your worth. Embrace the feeling. I don't know what LOA stands for. I'm just laying them up on a telephone pole. Yes, the one. It's like, why is it doing that? Okay, you're welcome, Scorpio Moon Spirit. Does that mean it's time for UFO questions, says Regina? Oh gosh. Well, tell me again what your UFO question was, Regina. What did you ask me? I don't know if I don't know if if I want to be pulling from all 3 decks for the UFO question, or is that what you're wanting me to do? Something to do with UFO activity in the US, is that what you said? I'm conscious that there's like a 10-second delay and then you're going to have to be typing and... Regina's UFO question. It'll be quicker if I just go up and try and find it. What do the cards have to say about the US UFO report that's coming out? The US UFO report that's coming out. Law of attraction. I've got you, Antoinette. Thank you. Beam me up. Okay. So I've got Judgment, I've got the Six of Pentacles, and I've got the King of Wands. Okay. I'm trying to keep my own thoughts and stuff on the matter out of it, and just kind of read what the cards are saying. So I mean, you know, whatever the report is going to say, I think it is going to. Some people are going to consider it as an awakening. You know, there's going to be a big kind of a, like, your eyes being opened, like being unplugged from the matrix. Okay, so this would actually suggest that there is going to be something in there that's going to make you think, oh shit, like, geez, oh man, like, God, I would never have seen that coming in a million years. It's going to give you a new outlook on what's out. If you think of the Plato's Cave, Ellie, you still here? I feel as though every time Elle's in my chat, I end up talking about Plato's Cave, and I do apologise for that. It's not intentional. Hi, Jen. But Yeah, think of the Plato's cave kind of a story, you know? It's like you're chained in this cave, you're perceiving the whole world by shadows on the wall, and then one day you're unchained and you're let out of that cave. You know, you step out of the cave and you actually, for the first time, you see a car in person, you see a bird in person, and it's not just shadows on the wall. So I feel as though whatever the report is going to say, it's going to be totally eye-opening. Now, with all of that being said, um, you know, just be careful about what you're taking from people. See how in this card we see in the Smith Way for the Six of Pentacles. For me, the sixes are about give and take. It's about back and forth, give and take. It's about harmony. So to me, there really should be, yeah, we see the scales being balanced. We see this person being charitable. We see him giving what he doesn't need to the people that do need it. Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's fair enough, and I get why it is that. But I like to see some aspect of, right, okay, well, what is he? In what ways? It should be an energy exchange, not an energy handover. So where is the exchange there? What is he actually getting from them? So it feels very one-sided. It feels as though, the information that's in the report, it's kind of a like it's as though it's been put together from one point of view, and perhaps it's not taking into account all of that. It's just embracing a certain point of view, and it's not necessarily taking in everything that it necessarily should. Okay. Coming in at the end there, we've got our King of Wands, our King of Fire. Um, Gosh, what is he saying to us? I mean, for me, a lot of the time for the King of Wands, it comes up for me when it's like, do you know what, you need to choose. He's kind of like on the fence between action and inaction. He's a king and he sits on the throne, oversees the kingdom. That's the job of a king. He's got that social responsibility, and he needs to maintain the stability of, his kingdom, which is the kingdom of fire. It's of passions and of all the elements. You don't want fire getting out of control. So that king has an important job to do, right? But at the same time, you can see he's sitting on the edge of his seat. He's dying to get up and get in and amongst it because he's a fire element. He wants to be doing stuff. He doesn't want to be sitting on a fucking throne just overseeing the kingdom doing nothing. He wants to be taking action. He wants to be getting right up and in there and amongst it. And if there's something that he wants done, he wants to be up and doing it. So I very much see the King of Wands as being about having that wisdom to know when to act and when not to act. And I think all I'm going to say on it in terms of the report is just don't get too caught up on it, right? Don't let it become your entire, oh my God, my whole life has changed. Like, take it with a pinch of salt, okay? It'll be interesting, no doubt, and there'll definitely be things that we can learn from it. But just don't be don't be totally led in by it, I think is what I want to say. That's how I would read those cards for that question. So I'm interested in what you guys think. Um, the government will be very carefully dole out tidbits of information, keeping much in check, and let you be the judge, says Robin. Yeah, I agree actually. Um, some news surrounding past events being brought up, either um, spiritually linked or being contained by the king. Um, I love the new Battlestar Galactica, says Jonathan. Lily, the Six of Pentacles shows a system of capitalism, a kind of domination by money. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That is a really good point. Yeah. The Six of Pentacles, we do, it does hone right in on money, doesn't it? On the financial aspect of, um, and that's true of quite a lot of Six of Pentacles cards. Yeah. Um, So Scorpio, Moon Spirit, enjoyed that interpretation of the King of Wands, controlling the Kingdom of Fire. Yeah, like definitely. So like your kings are, it's their job is to maintain the stability. They're like, see, if you think of it as a team, I like to think of the courts as like a team in work. That it's my memory aid. So your pages are like your new starts. They're learning how to do the job. Your knights are your worker bees. They're the ones who are getting all the work done. They're the ones that are churning out the work. The queens are like your coaches. So they're going to be teaching people how to do the job. They're going to be inspiring people. And essentially, they've got the influence over the most people because they're the ones that are actually saying, right, this is taking the pages through, like this is how you do this, right, you log into that system, that's how you do that. Um, Ultimately, they're the ones that are influencing how that when you've got a page who's impressionable and new, the ones that they're learning from, the queens, the coaches, they are shaping the future essentially. So they are. And then you've got your kings who are like your team managers. Okay, so it's their job to kind of keep their eye on the bigger picture. Make sure everything's happening as it's meant to happen. Deadlines, targets are met, all of that kind of a thing. Um, but it's that difference between the queen and the king. The queens are nurturers. They teach, they coach, they help, whereas the kings are more about the kind of a management side of things. At least in my view, that social responsibility, and the queens. For that reason, have a much further reach, I feel, than what the kings do. I was talking about, I think I said something about this in a tarot play date recently, actually. It kind of for me it parallels with chess. If you think about the kings and the queens, they move in the same, the up, what try to say, up and down, left and right, and then all the diagonals, right? They both move in the same directions, but the king can only move one space each way. The queen can go wherever the hell she wants. And that's just for me. That's a nice parallel with like kind of the influence and the reach that the queen has versus the influence and the reach that the king has. Um, so anyway, I'm just yapping now. Regina, I do see it as a kind of revelation, but I think the focus will be on the science, and I think Robin dead on with certain pieces of info being doled out piecemeal. And the King of Wands, I have a theory, but I'm staying quiet on that. Nobody keeps the Queen at home, says Robin. Righty. So that was our UFO question. I suppose we've got time for some. Is Dan still here, actually? Dan, are you still here? Give me a shout if you are. I know it's getting late, though. Oh, Jonathan. Oh, so it is. And Regina's question's still in the screen. Right, okay, let me shift that and hide that. Dan is still here. Dan, see if I finish up then. Will you still go live even though it's 10:30, or have I left it too late for you? Because I mean, I think we've come to a natural stopping point. We've managed to get our tarothon stuff. We've had a good wee catch up. A wee 3-card pool. Interesting. I absolutely will. Lily is asking if I need questions. Well, why don't we do a 3-card pool for Dan? And then we can, Dan, if you're still planning on going live, I can send everybody over to yours. How does that sound? Or are you going to leave it now tonight? Is it too late? Are you wanting to give me a question, Dan, by the way, or am I just doing like a kind of a see what comes up? want to know if the recent decision I've made is a good plan. Okay. You can go live after for 30 minutes or so with a life update. Right, okay. That's what we'll do then. And Lily, thank you so much for asking if I need more questions. So I think we're fine at the moment. We're going to finish up probably about 10:30. Everyone head over. Dan's going to go live for a bit, so we can all head over and have a wee catch up on Dan's channel, Apeen de Vale. So everyone check out Dan's channel. Dan, you're a mod. Could you stick a wee link to your channel and or in fact, if you're trying to set up a live, then could someone put a link to Dan's channel in the chat for me? And Dan wants to know if the recent decision that's been made was a good plan. Right, okay. Yes. Yeah, it is, right. So I've got for you, I've got the Four of Wands, I've got the Lovers, right? And I've got the Knight of Pentacles is reappearing. He's making another appearance here. Thank you, Regina. So yeah, I mean, the Four of Wands, the Lovers is in the middle there, right? It's funny because the question that you asked was, you know, has the decision that I've made been a sensible one? And sometimes what I do, I don't know if anyone's been watching the Mary L study group, right? But what I've been doing in that is, you know, I'll ask a question that pertains to the card that we're looking at. So say it's like, for example, you know, the Lovers, right, which is a card about choice. So I might ask a question about a choice, and then what I'll be doing, you know, the Lenormand thing where you shuffle the cards and then you go through and you find the Lovers and you take the one on either side. So the Lovers is like the middle card kind of signifies your question, which is nice that this has come up in the middle. And then you've got the two cards on either side as kind of offering you the advice. So I mean, yeah, you've the two cards you've got is the Four of Wands, right, which is a success card. It's not the ultimate success, but it's telling you you're on the right track. It's giving you validation. You know, it's telling you you've achieved something. You've stabilized your system. You know, you've got to that point of it's like getting to first base in one of those game of like cricket or whatever it is. You know, it's validating the steps that you're taking thus far. It's telling you that you're on the right course. Now it is just a 4, and it's telling you there's definitely more that needs to be done, but you're on the right track, absolutely 100%. And how do you get to the end? How do you get from a 4 to a 10? The Knight of Pentacles. You know, you have to have that staying power. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles isn't someone who's kind of a up and down, and 1 minute he wants to do, you know, 1 minute, one day he wants to be an electrician, the next day he wants to be a student nurse, and then the next day he wants to be, you know, Albert Einstein's research assistant. That's not the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, it wins the race. Okay, once they've made that decision, they are kind of a rooted in the spot and they are looking forward. They're, like I'd said earlier on, they're looking at the outcome, they're looking for what it is that they're trying to achieve, and they're taking slow and steady, sure steps in order to achieve that. Okay, so I think the decision that you've made has been a really good one. The Lovers coming up tells me that there's maybe a bit of uncertainty around it. You know, there might be a bit of like, oh, you know, this isn't what I would have seen myself doing. This isn't what I feel would have been expected of me. You know, but do you know what, Dan? Sometimes you have to step outside that realm of what's expected of you. Sometimes you just need to say, fuck it. Do you know what? I'm not doing, for once, I'm not doing what I should do. I'm going to follow my heart. Instead of following my head, I'm going to follow my heart. And I'm going to follow my desires a wee bit and see where this takes me. But you've got a really good read there for, you know, whatever the choice is that you've made. So I say, good on you and go for it. And, you know, let us know how it goes. Okay. So let me see, that was where Dan gave us his lovely question. Going live for 30 minutes or so. Jonathan would, but he doesn't have a range. Let's sort that out, Jonathan. There you go. Use it wisely. A small celebration moving forward, says Robin. Dan, I think he just asked if you have the staying power. Lily says a decision between celebration and success. Celebrating a success, take the long road for the purpose structured. Four of Wands and Knight of Pentacles are two cards of structure, stability, and confidence. Debbie says, my husband is the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, that's good, Dan. I'm glad that it was meaningful for you and it kind of made sense. Right, everyone. Regina has put a link to, so there it's there. I'm showing it on the screen, but it's not, it's quite near the bottom of the chat. She's put a link to Dan's channel. So everyone pop over to Dan's channel. Dan's going to be going live shortly. I'll finish up there and let Dan get himself sorted, and I'll see you all over there. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you've enjoyed the tarothon overspill, and it's been great catching up with you all as usual. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.